Happy holidays from Memorial Gymnasium in Kokomo. From the ISC Sports Network with the Hall of Fame coach Pete Smith, I'm Nathaniel Finch. It's time for one of the best holiday tournaments in the state of Indiana, Game 2 of the Phil Cox Memorial. We see a pair of teams, one in the host school Kokomo and the other in Chatard from Central Indiana in Indianapolis. Should be another good one for you after Northridge moves on, and we'll play the winner of this one, and Merrillville will take on the loser tonight. Another great matchup in what is the 6th year of a great tournament, Coach Pete Smith.
It's a super tournament. I've been blessed to be able to be on the call several years now, Nathaniel, and we'll look at the Bishop Chatard starting lineup.
Trojans still looking for the first win this year, but a lot of promise from Matt Bowling's squad. Someone you know well. We'll get into that. You see the starters there, highlighted by Ari Sam, the junior guard. 14 points and 5 rebounds a game, leads his team in both categories. And good to see Zach McCormick back in the lineup. Did not play last game. He is an absolute difference maker at 10 points and 5 rebounds.
Yeah, he's their big man. He's an outstanding baseball player too. Listed at 6'10", more like 6'9" maybe, but not done growing either. So we'll see what kind of game he has today.
A lot of size for this lineup. Now we'll take a look at Kokomo's, and everything starts and ends with Corbin Hamill, your leading scorer. He leads the team in assists as well, 17 points a game. He is a strong player for this team, the 6'3" senior guard.
Yeah, you've got, I think, one of the top sophomores in the state also in DJ Nash. Plays up and down at times, but when he's on, he's very, very good. Averages 14 points a game. You mentioned Hamill, I think, is an Indiana All-Star candidate. Coming off a good game against Lebanon. Struggled against Carmel that night. Still ended up a pretty good stat line, but a really good starting 5 here. They'll be boosted by Daniel Gack, who's back eligible to play now for Kokomo. He'll be coming off the bench today. We'll see him soon.
Here's the jump. Kokomo 5-1 on the year, and like you said, a 1-point win at Lebanon last Tuesday. Now we're ready to get underway, the second game of the Phil Cox Memorial Tournament. It's Kokomo in those home white uniforms, and a steal right away. Here comes Julio Graves. And a little wild.
Well, good play by Nash. He went straight up vertical. Needed to come to a 2-foot stop maybe and either find a teammate when Nash challenged it there. Man-to-man defense by Chatard. Caused a turnover. First possession on the ball trap at the top.
And now we'll see what Kokomo can do on offense. It's been a strong year offensively for the Wildcats. Nothing out of the ordinary for that, and Jamel Cosley puts one through the hoop.
No, nice feed there by his teammate to get him the ball there. Hamill, willing passer, very willing passer.
Chatard has all the components of what could be a really successful team, starting with that big right there, Zach McCormick. Still trying to figure out how to play together.
Well, yeah, they just aren't always really sharing the ball well and understanding things. There's a good look there by the 6'8", Alex Lake. Misses that bunny there.
Plenty of size up and down this lineup as well, and it starts with a 6'10" McCormick. You just mentioned the forward, 6'8", and Lake. They have a lot of size on this roster.
Defense has been something they've just not been consistent with, giving up 65.5 points a game and a turnover there.
Lake loses it, and now the Euro step on the other end. Hamill joins the scoring sheet.
Kokomo will play man-to-man defense the majority of their games. Don't mix it up too much. They've got good size inside. They've got quick guards out front.
And here's the elbow jumper. You're going to see a lot of Ari Sam tonight. He is such a talented player. Leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals.
Yeah, really nice player. Brought him up last year as a sophomore to play some varsity and is a good basketball player, just really solid.
Here's the entry into the posts, and it's a successful jumper for Austin Most.
But again, they're just getting just a lot of easy shots around the basket. Chatard's got to stay in front of the basketball and talk better. They got behind 21-2 in their last game against Pendleton Heights, and it's hard to come back from that kind of disadvantage.
Wasn't much better against Rod Colley the game before. And look at that. The block doesn't matter. Cleaning up is Alex Lake.
Yeah, McCormick on the drive brought 2 defenders over. Lake came from the weak side to tip it in.
just pulling up from the left wing. How about Corbin the Hamill? He's the team's leading scorer for a reason.
Once he saw Julio Graves' hands were down, he said, "You don't respect my three-point range," and knocks it down. He normally doesn't take them unless you've got your hands down. That's what Graves did that time. Both bigs on the right side. Chatard kind of standing on offense right now, not getting a lot of movement.
So often this year, the 0-5 Trojans have fallen behind early. They're going to want to make sure that doesn't happen. Here's a timeout called. Chatard takes it.
Well, you had that isolation play, had McCormick on the blocks, and Graves was not looking in that time. I think Coach Bowling wants to just get on the same page there on what they're trying to do. Matt Bowling in his second year. You mentioned earlier, I know Matt really well. He was an assistant coach twice for me at Guerin Catholic. He was on our staff when we won the state in 2015, the second time we won it. And also was an assistant coach for Jack Kiefer at Lawrence North. Taylor University player for Paul Patterson, has a great basketball background and taken over a program that had not been real successful at Chatard. You usually get a lot of football bracing. He's got a couple football kids, but kids that play multiple sports can really help him in basketball. Just right now hasn't got that going yet, but he's really trying. He puts a lot of time into the program. Chatard won a state championship back when Dan Archer was coach in the early 2000s. So he has some basketball background, but of late it's just been a real challenge to get kids to buy into what the basketball program is really trying to do, and hopefully they'll buy in sooner than later.
Well, they're certainly athletic enough, but plays like that not going to help the cause. McCormick tosses it out of bounds.
Yeah, one dribble and then throws it on the baseline side. He's there. Lake had a good post up there, just couldn't get the ball to him. So they need to get a stop. You make a turnover, you come back and get a stop then. Get the ball back, erase the turnover. And they do get a stop that time. Almost the same darn play there, Nathaniel. You've got that left wing there, and you've got DJ Nash posted up and just can't make an entry pass as I'm looking at Coach Schaus. And he looks as frustrated as I was explaining. You got to make that entry pass. He's wide open.
Drew Schaus in his first year, certainly capable as a head coach. We'll talk about that as we go. A missed shot there. It was a tough look at a layup in Som. And now on the other end, here come the Cats. Nash, look at that pull up, and he misses. Rebound Lake, he's been strong. The 6'8" center. Lake at 14 points and 4 rebounds a game. McCormick.
Well, they're going to call on the pass if he goes up for a shot, but he didn't have his balance. That's one thing. He's 6'8", 6'9", whatever his height is, but at the same time, he's got to work on his balance and his footwork. He caught the ball in a good place to score there, lost his balance, so he decided to pass it back out. If he gets a shot up, he's going to shoot 2 free throws. Just didn't have the balance there. Double screen. Lake should have been open. Didn't hold his block out post early enough.
Just halfway through this first quarter. That is our first foul. Quiet whistles. Lake can't get it to go. Rebound, though, for McCormick. Here comes Graves. It's Som. Som, the star guard for this squad. Though he draws a tough assignment there.
Oh, it's a charge. Yeah. Good defensive play there. And I'll tell you, Austin Most does a great job of holding his ground. As we watch the replay here, Lake leads with that arm. Most doesn't move. Most draws the foul, the charging foul on Lake.
Talked about Drew Schaus in his first season. 5-1 the start for the Wildcats. Well, he spent the last 4 years at Avon, sectional championship one of those years, 20-4 a season ago. Now he comes here to Kokomo after taking over for the great John Peckinpah.
Yeah, Drew's really excited to be here. It's closer to his wife's hometown of Rochester, where I'm from also.
Here's a straightaway triple. Too strong there, but the offensive board and a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, really nice block out there by Harrison Odom on the block out. Did a great job. Gets rewarded with the over-the-back call. Burks is a really streaky shooter. He had 15 against Carmel, 5 threes against Carmel in a game the ISC did several weeks ago. That time he probably rushed it a little bit. Didn't need to take that forced a shot. He took open shots against Carmel.
Som almost lost it twice there. Chatard keeps possession. You're down by 5, though. You'd like some early buckets here. Poked away and stolen. Hamill can do it all, and it's stolen right back. Possession will stay for the Wildcats. but kudos there to Graves for stopping what would have been surely an easy layup.
Yeah, good hustle back here. Substitution, Mikey Lake Jr. is coming in, the 5'9" junior. He's had a couple starts this year, I know, for the Trojans. Good back cut, easy layup there for Cosley.
Jamel Cosley with his second bucket today. He averages 8, 5, and then 3 blocks. He's a quality player, the senior forward.
Yeah, really nice back pick for him too there by Hamill.
This Kokomo team, of course, being at home helps, but got to be one of the favorites for this Phil Cox tournament.
You like to win your home tournament, that's for sure. Speaking of my days when you did host holiday tournaments.
Here's the step back, would have been a long 2, but Sam leaves it a little off. Trying to build on an early lead and a foul. And if you're Chatard, you've fallen behind early so often this year, they really need to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Well, they've already scored more points than they did last time out when they only scored 2 and they're down 21-2 at Pendleton Heights. Subs in, Tafflinger coming in here, really nice guard off the bench, Caleb Tafflinger, number 4. And Daniel Gack comes in, number 1. He's going to have the ball and get a layup right here. Misses it. But
falling away, can't get it to go.
Daniel's only played a couple games this year. He's just back suited up. He did play a little bit against Lebanon, and he'll get better as the season goes on. One of the boarding students here from Australia, Daniel Gack.
Ball's loose, stolen away in transition. Here comes DJ Nash, the hoop and the harm.
And Nash has already looked more aggressive than he did against Carmel. He was a little flat that Carmel game. Tafflinger with a great steal, gets the ball ahead. There's the contact. He was up in the motion. And Gary Chambers, one of our officials, makes the call and counts it.
Out there with Deion Smith and Greg Kirkham, the other 2 game officials. It's a lot of stripes you got to bring in for a tournament like this. We appreciate all of them. After the miss on the other end, it's a beautiful layup from Julio Graves through contact.
Yeah, good second chance point there. Abe Borg checked in for Chatard. He's a 6'4" junior, number 24. He's guarding Nash on your weak side down at the bottom of your screen.
Steele on the move. Into the game is Mikey Lake, and he has it stolen, but he gets it right back. Lake typically a starter, today comes off the bench. And a triple, that's a big one if it goes, and it doesn't, but Chatard keeps, whoa, they say this is actually Kokomo's ball.
Yeah, they're gonna call over the back. They're gonna call Alex Lake for contact over the back. I have to clear myself sometime, Nathaniel.
I was about to correct you.
Over the back is not a foul. Now, when there's contact caused by the block out, that's one thing, but you're allowed to rebound over someone's back. But if you make a lot of contact, then there's the foul. Then you've got the contact.
I've heard Michael Wantz stop a lot of people in the crowd when they holler over the back. Yeah, that term is something that comes from the parents, not from the game of basketball.
Oh gosh, that's great timing and great play there for Burks.
Some great offense, and Ervon Burks gets on the score sheet. You and Coach Wantz, a lot of battles back in the day, Guerin and Ron Colley.
We had a few, but you know, originally we weren't in the Circle City Conference, so you know the first few years we had a varsity basketball program. We didn't play Ron Colley, and then one year we even played him twice in the regular season. But yeah, Michael had a great career coaching, and now doing some games, I think, with you, right?
That's right.
Ron Colley games. Yep. Coach Wantz.
Final shot here in the last 15.
Same play. Flare screen.
Kokomo would love to increase on its lead heading into the break.
That's the guy you want to shoot it right there, Hamill.
Hamill with a tough shot. Oh, my goodness. Corbin Hamill. How about that? Kokomo jumps out to the early lead on the ISC Sports Network.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitco and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Today's game on the ISC Sports Network is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Proud to keep the Cats hydrated both on the court and in the classroom. By Galitco and Daly, we go to work when you can't. Find out more at IndianaWorkers.com. And by LD Smith Plumbing, the big dogs of plumbing. Nathaniel Finch and the Hall of Fame coach Pete Smith with you. Game number 2 of the Phil Cox Memorial Tournament here from Kokomo. Historic Memorial Gymnasium, and it is Kokomo up early on Chatard.
Well, they're shooting 67% from the field. Kokomo 8 of 12. They're getting good shots. Meanwhile, Chatard 3 of 10 on their shots. Shot selection hasn't been great for them. 6 turnovers for Chatard has led to some Kokomo baskets also. So that's the difference in this first quarter.
Chatard starts with the ball after a tough Corbin Hamill shot on the baseline. You saw it on the way out. He's a guy that's going to make a lot of tough shots today. Averages 17 points. He had 7 in that opening quarter. McCormick looks to get going. He will be fouled.
A good drive by Zach McCormick there again. Second time he had a chance maybe to get a shot off, but decided to make the extra pass that time. But you get to him that close to the rim, I would probably like to see him just try to draw the foul, try to score, don't get me wrong, and draw the foul.
McCormick at 6'10" with a height advantage. To your point, not a lot of guys can stop a guy that tall. You'd want to see him be maybe a little bit more assertive. Graves receives it like the wide receiver he is for the great football team at Chatard. And he'll swing it over. Aiden Rashid enters for the first time today. Played his first game on Saturday against Penn Heights.
He played well. He had 10 points in that game. Transfer from Chatard, did not play basketball last year. I'm sorry, transfer from Cathedral, thank you.
Here's a long jumper. That's no good. Graves can't get it to go.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. Hamill in his face. That's what I'm talking about, shot selection.
And maybe a guy like Rashid is what this squad needs to kind of get going after a slow start.
Yeah. Coach Bowling's hoping so.
Trying to build on the 11-point lead. Here's an open look. Hamill hits these so often. And he gets the offensive rebound. That's Gack. And now Gack rises up and misses. Another board. Hamill returns the favor and gets fouled.
Yeah, offensive rebound. Just hurt him that time. Kokomo had no offensive rebounds in the first quarter. But they get one right here, and they got a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play with Corbin Hamill, the 6'3" senior. Transfer from New Haven. He came to Kokomo as a sophomore from New Haven, also in this tournament. The New Haven Bulldogs will be playing later in this tournament. Knocks it down. Lake checks back in. Alex Lake, that is. We got 2 Lakes on Chatard's team.
New Haven on the bottom half of the bracket. So the winner of this game plays Northridge. The loser plays Merrillville. That consolation game will come tonight. The winner's game will come tomorrow. But on the other side of the bracket, to your point, Lawrence North and Charlestown, and then the aforementioned New Haven and South Bend Riley. It's a really, really solid field in the 6th annual Phil Cox Memorial Tournament.
A lot of northern Indiana teams, but Charlestown, one of the better teams in southern Indiana.
Well, it's a 2.5-hour drive. I do not envy that squad. They're lucky to have the afternoon draw. Well, our 2 games in the opening contest. It's a 2-hour drive for them from up north. Here's the feed into the post. A lot of congestion there. Leads to the open 3, and Sam can't get it to go.
Long rebound, though. They got a second chance at. Trojans really need a basket here.
Here's Odom.
Lake's getting pushed pretty well inside there.
McCormick.
Good look.
Puts it up and just uncontrolled, but he gets the rebound. And the feed, Rashid. That's too strong, and there's the foul.
Yeah, he drew the foul. He's going to shoot a pair there. Nice rebound by McCormick. Good choice there again. Really good passer. Really good passer. Rashid Faroki will shoot a pair. He's a nice story. Someone that didn't play basketball last year. Get an opportunity now as a varsity player at Chatard here.
And you mentioned his first game, his debut with Chatard, 10 points against Penn Heights, a really good Penn Heights team. Not a bad way to start your career at Chatard. Hits them both.
Chatard will stay in man-to-man defense. Again, defense has been something just really trying to build a culture of being a better defensive team. Gave up 17 here in the first quarter. They gave up 66 almost on the season per game.
Hamill's been dynamic. He has the ball here. 10 points so far in this contest. He averages 17. Here's the kick out, Daniel Gack. DJ Nash, you mentioned him, one of the best sophomores in the state. Here's the step back from the baseline. That is a nice shot.
He's got kind of an NBA game, Nathaniel. He's really better with the ball in his hands. And he's a willing passer, don't get me wrong, but motion-wise, he needs to move a little bit more. McCormick comes back and bangs down a three.
The 6'10" center, a little wet from beyond the arc. It's his first bucket today. You want to see a lot more from Zach McCormick, who missed last game on Saturday. He'll go up to contest this shot. Getting the rebound is Alex Lake. Chatard down, doubled up on the scoreboard by Kokomo. Not anymore, a nice feed.
Love seeing that. Lake ran the floor after the rebound. He just cut across from that elbow, weak side elbow. I love to see guys run to the block and get rewarded. He ran to the ball side block, got rewarded with a layup.
Here's Hamill. He has been a star in this game and really all season for Drew Schaus's team. Sees a double team, will drive in on it. No good. Joe Caninda can't get it to go, the junior center. 6'9", a lot of size there.
Call Tafflinger, I think, on a pushing foul. No, a reach in on Hamill. I didn't think Tafflinger did anything wrong there on the foul. Yeah, Corbin Hamill, his first.
Gack, Tafflinger, and Caninda all head to the bench.
Okay, Laker McCormick should get the ball in this out-of-bounds play. Should, if I'm right. Nope.
Instead, it goes to Rashid.
Well, he's wide open. That's part of the reason. Just let's get the ball in bounds against this hounding Kokomo defense.
Here's Odom. Past the halfway mark of the second period. Chatard needing some scoring. Trying to get it from Ari Sam. It's been a slow day for the team's leading scorer. The Trojans still looking for their first win of the season. Here's one from downtown. And it's no good from Aiden Rashid.
Nice block out by DJ Nash on McCormick. I thought McCormick was going to get an offensive board there, and Nash blocked him out well. High pick and roll. There's the roller, and he got pushed by McCormick.
Number 33, Zach McCormick. His second.
Chatard will play man-to-man defense on the out-of-bounds play as Graves comes back in.
This game is brought to you by Coca-Cola of Kokomo, part of the fabric of Howard County and North Central Indiana since 1907. Coca-Cola of Kokomo, proud to keep the Wildcats hydrated, both in the classroom and on the court. Here's a straightaway triple. It's altered, but a rebound. Here come the Wildcats again. Great job by Cosley sticking with it. Here's the three from Hamill. That one looked pretty. Did not fall. On the move with numbers. It's a 5-on-3, and they'll have to reset things. Chatard.
Yeah, had a little better pass, and Ari Salm's got a layup there, but threw it at his feet. He's lucky to get it back.
McCormick looks to cut into the 9-point deficit, and it's an and one. Aiden Rashid puts it up strong, sent to the line for a chance at the three-point play.
Another outstanding pass by McCormick. And again, a couple times I think he shouldn't have made the pass. There was a great pass, though, on that weak side. There you see the contact by Mose. Mose has 2 fouls now.
Rashid hits it, timeout, Matt Bowling. We will step aside as well on the ISC Sports Network.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
For the Hall of Famer Pete Smith, I'm Nathaniel Finch. The Phil Cox Memorial Tournament from Kokomo High School. You can turn to experienced lawyers for help at Galitko and Daly. The passionate goal is to bring the power of the law to meet the needs of the injured and those that have suffered medical harm. Learn more, indianaworkers.com and indymalpractice.com.
Matty Galitko of Galitko and Daly played several games here. Matt was an outstanding guard at Mechaniqua High School and played in the sectional back then before class sports here at Memorial Gymnasium. Home of the Wildcats since 1949. This gymnasium's had unbelievable games in it, and they keep it in great shape. The history here is great. We've experienced the hospitality room, which has great memorabilia.
And just the hospitality of Kokomo athletics in general. I mean, how many guys have come up and asked us if we're good, helped us with, I mean, from top to bottom. What a wonderful tournament. Great staff.
Well, great staff. I want to thank Nick Sale, their AD, their whole athletic department staff, their SID, Dean Hockney, do a wonderful job here. We love coming here and covering this Phil Cox tournament and any games we get a chance to here at Memorial Gymnasium for Kokomo High School.
The sixth season of one of the better holiday tournaments across the state.
2-3 zone now by Chatard. Let's see what Kokomo runs out of it here.
A little mini run by the Trojans. It's been a quiet few possessions for Kokomo, now with it on offense. And just a pull-up, my goodness, DJ Nash.
He's a guy, I say, takes bad shots, makes bad shots. He's, like I said, he's got an NBA game there. It wasn't the greatest shot selection, but he made it. I mean, you make it, you can't take it off of him. It wasn't really an open shot. No movement. If he misses, they have no offensive rebounding built in, but yet he makes a lot of good shots and only a sophomore.
Here comes Harrison Odom down the lane. He leaves the runner short. Rebound, fought for. It's a Wildcat possession. The lead back up to 8.
Oh, that's a wide open 3 for Burks.
Cross key pass leads to the bucket. And it's Ervon Burks, his first triple today.
Yeah, you can't leave him wide open. If you get a hand in his face, that's good. You leave him wide open. He's been shooting really well. I mentioned earlier, 5 threes against Carmel 2 weeks ago in their game at the Eric Clark Activity Center.
McCormick from the corner. The big man asks for the ball, doesn't get it. Rashid can't hit. And now in transition, Hamill, kick out. It's another open 3. The practice shot too strong. Hamill with the offensive rebound. And he's on the ground after a made shot and a foul.
Great bucket by Corbin Hamill. Offensive rebound. Burks missed the shot. Offensive rebound, and Hamill went up really, really strong. Let's take a look at it again. Just in the right place at the right time. Got Rashid off his feet. So he knew he had free throws coming no matter what. Finished the play strong. Nice job there by the 6'3" Corbin Hamill.
How about that old gentleman in the background getting into it? The crowd starting to build here at Memorial Gymnasium. The 13th point for Corbin Hamill.
Got some loyal fans here in Kokomo. I tell you, I've played against them, coached against them. Now I get to do some games on TV against them, and they've got some great fans here. There's going to be a foul called on the pass, entry pass there.
Looked like DJ Nash just a little too strong. Actually, they'll call it against Ervon Burks.
13 points now for Hamill.
They'll bring in Daniel Gack in a moment.
Got a nice rotation. They've got 8 players now with Gack back in action. Nice rotation of players. Everyone gets minutes for Kokomo.
Just under 22 seconds left in this half. It's the 5th foul, which puts the Wildcats over the limit. That is why, despite it being a non-shooting foul, you see McCormick hit the line for 2.
4 points now for Zach McCormick. Only a junior. He's made a lot of progress. I saw his first game last year. Coach Bowling, being a former assistant mine, I went to their game. They started the season against Shortridge, and I said, that young man, if he works at it, he's got a lot of ability and natural basketball sense, and he's coming into his own. Only a junior and still growing. I think last year he was about 6'7". Now they list him as 6'10".
And to your point, he's not done growing yet. The junior center. Here's the transition look. That is a miss from DJ Nash. At the horn, good if it goes, and it nearly does. When we end the first half of play, a 13-point Kokomo lead, the hosts of this great tournament. The legendary Coach Pete Smith to my right. Coach, it was kind of a tight game, and then Kokomo out of nowhere got to that spurt at the end of the second quarter. What'd you see?
I saw Corbin Hamill just start to assert himself a little more on offense, made some really nice passes, rewarded DJ Nash with a couple shots, and Erevan Burke hit a three, but Corbin playing very, very strong, leads the Wildcats here at halftime with a 13-point lead.
We'll get to the rest of the stats. We'll show you some highlights. We'll break down the rest of what we just saw and look ahead to half number 2 on the ISC Sports Network. After this, the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament from Kokomo's historic Memorial Gymnasium.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
And little volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Jumped though by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Give it to him. Rolls through the lane and he ducks him. Oh my goodness.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Halftime of game number 2, the 6th annual Phil Cox Memorial Tournament from Kokomo's historic Memorial Gymnasium. Nathaniel Finch. And to my right, the Hall of Famer Pete Smith, as Kokomo takes the early lead and runs with it up by 13 at the half. As we start to look at some of these halftime stats, we'll give them to you all. Coach, the thing that jumps off the page to me, team basketball. Kokomo with 8 assists on their 13 made buckets, while only 3 assists for Chatard. That was kind of the thought coming into it.
Yeah, a lot of forced shots by Chatard. They're only shooting 30% for the game. Each quarter they were 3 of 10 from the field. So to that point, they just nothing comes out of the rhythm of their offense, whereas Kokomo moved the ball several times. Corbin Hamill got it going with some nice passes, and they just moved the ball really well.
You mentioned Corbin Hamill. He has 13 points to lead his team in scoring. After that, for the Wildcats, 6 points from the talented sophomore DJ Nash. 5 points, Erevan Burks. 4 from Jamel Cosley. 2 points from Austin Mose. That is the scoring for the Wildcats. When you look at what Chatard did in that opening half, leading the team in scoring was Aiden Rashid with his 5 points. He had 4 from both Zach McCormick and Alex Lake, the 2 big men. 2 points from Graves, 2 points from Ari Sam. And that's the thing, Ari Sam leads the team in scoring. He is their scoring star, and he only has 1 bucket today. I think they're going to try to fix that heading into the second.
Well, he's 1 from 5 from the field, so he's had some good looks, but he's probably had the best looks of any of them, just hasn't been able to make down his normal amount in shots. But look for him in the second half to get going here, to get Chatard back in the game. That's going to happen.
It was a wire-to-wire lead for Kokomo. We'll see how this one finishes out. The Wildcats went on a 14-2 run. But here's the thing for Chatard, and what Matt Bowling's going to tell his team, You guys went on a 10-2 run. You showed that you can get stops and you can score simultaneously. We'll see what the second half holds in store.
And the other positive is they made no turnovers in the second quarter. They had 6 first-quarter turnovers that got them in deep into a hole. No second quarter turnovers. They just didn't shoot the ball very well.
Highlights next on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chillywater Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
And that'll volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Give it to him. Rolls through the lane, and he knocks him. Oh my goodness.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Well, it's a 13-point lead at halftime for the Wildcats of Kokomo, the hosts of the Phil Cox Memorial Tournament. We're in Kokomo right now at the historic Memorial Gymnasium, and you take a look at some of these highlights. It was a lot of Corbin Hamill, who you see just drain that one. A really strong opening half for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Corbin had a great first half. 3 for 3 from the field. Didn't miss his shot. I'm looking at the wrong stat sheet. 5 of 7 from the field in the second quarter. A big thing, you're going to see a lot of paint points by Kokomo. They scored 16 points in the paint, so almost as many points as Chatard did for the whole half.
Including those two there. You saw Hamill with a lot of tough buckets.
Yeah, so paint points have been a big key also. I didn't mention that in the first half. But Kokomo started off on fire, shot 67% in the first quarter. They're only 5 of 13 in the second half. Chatard a little bit better. Again, I like McCormick. There you see one of his passes. He's a willing passer as a big man, which is a lost art. There's times, though, I think when he's around the rim, he should probably get a shot up. And you've got to find Burke, because Burke can really shoot the ball well. You see him hitting a 3. There was a gutsy play there by Hamill, drew the foul. And now we're about ready to start the second half here at beautiful, historic Memorial Gymnasium.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
From the historic Memorial Gymnasium in Kokomo, it's the Phil Cox Tournament. This is game number 2. And we're at the half, about to start the third quarter of play. It's the host Wildcats with a 13-point advantage as we're set to continue in what is a great tournament field. 8 really solid teams making the trip to Kokomo this weekend. Northridge with the win over Merrillville to start. They will now play tomorrow against the winner of this game. Merrillville comes back tonight, 6 o'clock, to take on whoever falls in this contest. And then later this evening and this afternoon, Lawrence North and Charlestown. That game follows in the New Haven and South Bend Riley. Those are the final 2 teams in what is always a great field at this Phil Cox Memorial Tournament. With the lead and now the ball, it's Hamill after a really strong first half. Passing up an open 3, he'll go for a tough 2. Oh my goodness, Jamel Cosley.
Oh my goodness, you sound like Rob Brown, our friend who is also a play-by-play guy, but that was a really tough shot by Cosley. I think Coach Schaus wasn't real thrilled with it, but he made it.
Well, you told me today, Coach Smith, I sound like Mike Tirico and I sound like Rob Brown. I think I'm doing all right for myself. Well, I'm okay with this.
When you said 100 seconds to go.
Here's a triple from Graves. That's a big one. Julio Graves from downtown.
Nice possession, good ball movement, got an open shot. Shot selection is big for Bishop Chatard. They take a lot of forced shots, so that's why their shooting percentage isn't very good. That's a good open one, though, by Graves.
And it's a bucket on an assist, which
right.
is rare to see in that first half.
For them it was, yeah. For them it was. Oh, see the ball, you have a steal there if you're.
Hamill has it with the spin in the paint. He'll hand it off. Ball bounces around. Rebound McCormick. Graves downhill. He'll kick it out. Can we get 2 for 2? Rebound, though. And now McCormick goes up. It was altered.
Blocked.
A nice job by Cosley to recycle that. Another handoff in the paint. Goes out. It'll be tipped by Chatard. A lot of oohs and ahs at Memorial Gymnasium.
Thought that was off Cosley. It was the right idea to pass it to him. He just didn't really have his hands ready to go.
Corbin Hamill, 13 first half points. He'll fade one right into the paint. And Cosley.
Lake did a bad job of getting on the high side. He gave up the layup there, playing on the outside for some reason.
Here's a 3 with numbers too short. Hamill was slow to recover. Now he's got the ball. A missed opportunity on a 5-on-4. Here's the kick out. Another open 3. This one is nothing but net. DJ Nash.
Good passing. They're moving the ball really well. They're getting good shots. They made a couple tough ones early.
Trying to slow down a run. Here's a Som triple. He can't get it to go. Man, he
1 for 6 now. Good look for Ari Som. Really was. Good look.
In transition. Coming in strong. It rolls off the rim. Som gets the rebound. He leads his team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. But today, it's just been really hard for him to earn any space.
He really blocked out nice there to get that rebound against the more taller, athletic Cats.
Strong dribble into the lane. Alex Lake.
Lake has 6 now. Well, this lead just snuck back up again. That's 17 until that Lake basket.
Here comes Hamill. He'll go up strong and is fouled to the line twice after Som giving too much contact. Som's second. It's the first of this second half. We're 3 minutes in.
And Corbin gets past him there and saw him on the help side defense. Yeah, Graves was the one that got beat on the dribble. Som came over to rotate. You like that, but he should probably try to rotate and take a step out and see if he can't draw a charge. You're not going to block Corbin Hamill's shot as he misses the first free throw.
The New Haven transfer, his old team in this tournament, will play later on.
Bulldogs are having a good year. 1 loss on the season. Got some outstanding games coming up. And, boy, if you are watching it today, come on out tomorrow. The weather's going to be better. I know the weather this morning deterred some travelers, I know, from up north at Northridge to not drive down. But weather's going to be better. The wind's going to subside a little bit. And some great action here in this beautiful gymnasium in Kokomo.
And you can say hey to the legendary Pete Smith while you're here tomorrow. He'll be back.
I'm on the night games tomorrow night. I got the 3rd place in the championship game tomorrow, but I'll be watching when I'm not here.
Here's the corner 3. Odom really wanted that one. He couldn't get it to go. A missed opportunity in transition, streaking all alone was Burks. Doesn't matter, they score anyway.
Bad defense. No one stopped the ball. Most twisted his knee there a little bit as Tafflinger's going to check back in for him, Caleb. They're pretty interchangeable. They do the same roles, only Tafflinger's a little bit smaller than most, but both just really heady players as he'll take a seat. Kokomo's played man the whole time. There's no need for them really to change defenses. So Chatard does something to knock him out of it.
Aiden Rashid provided a spark. He led the team in scoring in that first half off the bench, and he's back into the game, and it's stolen away. Hamill, look out. Splits the double team.
So quick. And a timeout by Coach Matt Boying. It's going to be a full one, I think. No, it's going to be a 30, I think. Let's keep it here if it is.
A 30-second timeout.
There you see the replay. Hamill he's just got another gear sometimes, Nathaniel. He just gets going here as we take a look inside the Kokomo huddle. Coach Schaus calling her, drawing up some plays here. Drew Schaus, a Bethel College or University grad, just like I was. A long time ago, though.
20-point lead for Kokomo. This one brought to you in part by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Part of the fabric of Howard County and north central Indiana since 1907. Coca-Cola of Kokomo is proud to keep the Wildcats hydrated both in the classroom and on the court.
An outstanding business here in Kokomo. The Severns family have been very big contributors to the Kokomo and Howard County community.
And they'll be keeping you and I hydrated when this game ends.
I love Coke. After the timeout, let's see what Coach Bowling has drawn up. See if they can execute an offense here. They got a good look to start the quarter. Julio hit a three-pointer, but after that, shots have come tough. What a great move,
How
spin
about
move.
Aiden Rashid? Didn't play basketball last year. His first game all season came on Saturday. He looks like he's been doing this for a while.
He's been playing somewhere. That's not something you just pick up over the summer. Execute that. A good pivot. Didn't travel. Burks misses the three deep in the corner. Hamill with a good pass. It's going to be out of bounds, and it'll be Chatard basketball.
A huge stretch here for Chatard if he wants to come back in this game. Kokomo just erupting the first few minutes of this second half.
Mikey Lake in for Harrison Odom.
It's going to be a quicker lineup with McCormick on the bench. 4 guards and a forward.
I'd like to see Lake get a few more paint touches in there. He does a good job posting up. He's like, there's a great post up. Get the ball to him, see what comes of it.
2 Wildcats leads to the kick out. And it's a Sam triple. He needed that one and he got it.
That's more like Ari Sam. Had a great look there, knocked it down. Good pass there by Alex Lake from the post.
And you called it all the way through, Coach. Off the pass, it's another assist. They fed the post and it worked. We want to see a lot more of that.
I'd love to see more inside out, and so would Matt Bowling. And Coach Schaus is going to take a 30-second timeout right here.
Well, positives for the Trojans. We see continued improvement. We'll see if they can go on a run or two here and make this interesting.
They have these gaps where, like, for 30 seconds to a minute, they do nothing right almost, and they build themselves a hole. They dig themselves a hole, and then they get out of it a little bit, and they just got to play more consistent. But that, again, trying to teach a culture. You know, they've had a lot of illness. I'm not making excuses for the Trojans, but they've had a lot of guys ill the last couple of weeks, Coach Bowling said, and you know, they've just change is hard. And, you know, Coach Bowling's trying to teach them the right way. They've just got to buy into it and do it a little bit more. And then they'll experience some more wins. But they have such a tough schedule. I mean, you look at who they've played so far. Their losses have been to Shortridge, New Powell, Heritage Christian, Roncalli, and a really good Pendleton Heights team. And it doesn't get any easier after they get done here in this tournament. They're going to see 2 more quality opponents, no matter if they win or lose.
Here's a triple for the Wildcats. It's wild, but a rebound, and that is a foul. We'll see Jamel Cosley at the line for 2.
Cosley has a chance to hit double digits here. He's averaging about 8 points a game. But, boy, he hit the board really well. Followed that shot well. Lake made some contact as he got the rebound. Rewarded with a pair of shots here.
And you know what, Coach? With Chatard, with how dominant their football team has been over the years, it makes it hard to sustain a basketball program. First of all, you're not getting these kids until after Thanksgiving. And then now it's just on the go, on the go, on the go. After they've been through a long grind of a football season, it can be tricky for the players to stay focused, the players to buy in, and for the coach to shape this team.
Rylan Hester, you're exactly right. Rylan Hester checked in. His first time we've seen him. Rylan's a 6'3" junior.
As a Western Boone graduate myself, I know exactly what that's like. A football team wins 3 straight state championships, and your basketball team's lucky to get 3 wins. Daniel
Gack also in for Kokomo. I was lucky. I was at Penn High School, and I had a coach that really shared athletes really well when I was the coach there, Coach Chris Giesman. We had a lot of multi-sport athletes at Penn, and it helped tremendously with our success.
When we talk about the advantages of the student athletes playing multiple sports, that is invaluable growing up.
Spot on. I couldn't have said it any better.
Rashid thought about a 3. Instead, he'll drive in. Tight defense will lead to the open look. And passing it up is Lake. He'll go for the runner instead and is fouled and will earn him at the line.
You say Tafflinger got him on top of the head there. Not sure where Mikey Lake was going, but the foul helped him out to get to the line, the 5'9" junior here.
Lake scores for the first time today off the bench, though he's used to a starting role.
Yeah, Coach Bowling, after a 21-2 start in their last game against Pendleton Heights, just trying to find a group that doesn't dig a hole in them, who plays well to start the game. So that's their goal.
Well, they're in a hole now, only 15 though. It was a lot worse earlier on. We'll see if Chatard can continue to make a run here. It's going to start with slowing down that man, Corbin Hamill. 16 points today. The open look for Nash. He can't get it to go.
Abe Borg checked back in his second time. He got the defensive rebound there for the Trojans.
We had 4 rebounds on Saturday. He can certainly pull down boards. And look at that, Ari Sam with a smooth, silky look.
He attacked the basket, drew the defense to guard him. Cleared himself for a shot with a good step-back move right there.
Sam leads his team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals on the season, but not today, not yet. Might be starting to heat up here. Here's Nash. Oh, pass it
nice
around.
Pass.
Look at Daniel Gack. You mentioned Caleb Taffinger with a nice feed. Gack's first bucket.
Gack, we mentioned, is from Australia and is a boarding school student here in the international program that Kokomo High School has. Produced Flory Badunga, too.
I was about to say that he's not the only good athlete to come out of that program.
But again, just learning basketball when they come to this country, so not an easy process, believe me, when you're in our state of loving basketball. That's going to get whacked.
And on cue, it's Jamel Cosley to send it out of bounds. Badunga, of course, at Kansas now, was a star here for many years and holds a couple of high-ranking numbers in this tournament over the last 6 years.
Speaking of numbers, though, how about Brady Scholl in our first game today? 40 points, a tournament record in points, and did it on only 17 shots. 14 to 17 from the field as the turnover, and the Trojans give it back to the Cats.
Open look, it's Gack, and he buries it from the corner.
18-point lead now for the Cats.
Transition 3 on the other end. Oh, man, that's about as far down as it can go without counting on the scoreboard.
Pretty good look there. It's in transition. I can live with that in transition. If it's like one pass and shoot it, that's different. But in transition where you're playing downhill and you're in a flow, I can live with that shot.
Ryan Hester with the pull up there. Gack will hand it off. Here comes Hamill. Look out. And a foul.
Caught on the pass, Deion Smith. Excellent job by our officials today. A couple 50-50 balls could have went another way maybe, but that happens. But they've been very consistent on what they're calling for both teams.
Hamill to inbound. Kokomo with the lead in the ball. The final shot is successful.
Nice job by Nash. He sealed him on the block screen.
3 Wildcats in double figures. What does the fourth quarter have in store? Kokomo by 20, hosting the Phil Cox Memorial Tournament. Back after this on the ISC Sports Network.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitco and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitco and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Coca-Cola of Kokomo, part of the fabric of Howard County and north central Indiana since 1907. Coca-Cola of Kokomo proud to keep the Wildcats hydrated both in the classroom and on the court. With the Hall of Famer Pete Smith, I'm Nathaniel Finch, the ISC Sports Network, bringing you every single game of this great Phil Cox tournament. And right now, Kokomo with a 20-point advantage over Chatard in the second game of this afternoon.
Yeah, that ties the largest lead Kokomo's had. Their first 20-point lead was at 42-22. You know, Chatard had a 10-2 run, and we talked about them playing in spurts and trying to play more consistently. They played some good basketball. Third quarter, they shot the ball better. They were 5 of 12 from the field, the Trojans were, 41.7%. And as you made reference to, Nathaniel, they got a few more assists because they made them off passes and not individual one-on-one moves here. So we start the fourth quarter.
And there's a look right away. It's a good start. Julio Graves.
Yeah, Graves got the first basket of the third quarter, too. He's got 7 now.
He's an all-around good player. Couple points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists on Saturday. Of course, what ended up being a 28-point loss against Penn Heights. Here's a steal, though it's poked back out of bounds.
You cover a lot of high school football, too, right? You know about
big-time wide receiver over there.
Julio Graves. Boy, what quick hands there he had. Trojans back with their starting lineup, who they started the contest with.
Hamill down Broadway, hands it off, and it's a nice dish from Hamill, the bucket from Kaninda.
Nice, you can bring a 6'9" junior off the bench and have basically be your 8th man.
Boy, he hadn't played a whole lot today, huh?
No, I believe he's from the Congo. He's also a boarding student. Oh, and he just fouled Lake before. If Lake would have had the presence to know he should have went up for the shot, he would have got 2 free throws. But I think you're going to call it on the floor, which they did. Kokomo going to play man-to-man out of bounds underneath.
You see the look there on that replay. That did not look all that good. Kaninda probably coming up hobbled a little bit. Odom, the quarterback, passes to his wide receiver. We're talking about basketball here.
Great execution, though. Great execution. Just couldn't convert.
A pair of football stars on the basketball court. Can't convert there, but on the other end you do. It's DJ Nash, who's looked so good today with now 15.
You know, you miss a layup at one end and you don't get back and give up a layup at the other end. That's a recipe to an 0-5 start for the Trojans, unfortunately, because they had a great look, didn't convert, and then they just didn't get back on defense. It kind of wears on you when you're just doing some things right and getting not rewarded for it like that.
Poked out by Nash. Chatard keeps possession.
See in the corner, the Lawrence North coaching staff, Coach Chris Giffen. They'll play our next game. Boy, they've got some outstanding players. Brendan Miller right behind there, number 3, up at the top of your screen. That'll be a good one. New Haven and Charlestown. Charlestown Pirates with some really good talent.
McCormick with it. Here's the outside pass. Som just a lid on the bucket today. Boy, we talked about Brady Scholl today with 40 points. Whew. That also put him over 1,000 in his career. And you mentioned Miller. He might hit 1,000 points today as well.
Oh! Caleb Tafflinger with 2. Better known maybe for his tennis prowess. Headed to Taylor University to play tennis next year.
Lake gets the board.
Got a jump ball.
Called that a jump ball before the shot went in. Man, that's a tough one for Chatard, who now won't get the bucket, and instead they'll have to go play defense.
Well, Lake did a good job getting to the board, too. I didn't see that, but.
Yeah, look at that runner. Crafty.
Yeah. Pick and roll. Hamill doesn't really want to use it. Good job by Graves keeping him sided, but Hamill finally gets around him.
Here's an open look. That one rattles out. Rebound, though. And back up with a hook. It drops in. Kaninda.
Any points from him is a nice, pleasant surprise. He only averages 1 coming into the game, has 4 here in the second half and fourth quarter.
And he's one of the guys you're going to want to keep getting involved in the offense, keep getting him in the game of basketball, and you know the sky's the limit for guys like him and Daniel Gack.
Only a junior, both of them. Subs back in. Rashid back in, number 31. He's really had a nice game, 7 points off the bench.
Pass goes to you and I. Well, we're not playing, so it'll be a turnover. It's just a miscommunication there from Chatard. The Hall of Fame coach Pete Smith to my right. So when you were inducted, Coach, did they give you this sweet jacket that you're wearing?
No. It's just such a great honor. Got to go with some great people, including my close friend Al Gooden, former coach in Fort Wayne and Lawrence Central. Great high-low look, poor defense. Gack gets the basket. He's got 7 all in the second half.
Well, I know the green jackets and the gold jackets, et cetera, et cetera. It's a sharp little vest you're wearing now. I like that. They should hand those out when you're inducted.
My wife said that when I left this morning. She said, I like that vest on you. Have you ever worn it? I said, no, I just thought I wear it Kokomo today. It's blue. So, triple screen. McCormick should have flashed that block. I think he may have got a look.
Here's Rashid.
Okay, now as a coach in this situation, you're down 20, you just want your guys to kind of learn from it. Get a little bit better, learn from it. You're down 28 points, but you still don't want to take bad shots. Run the offense. There they draw a foul there. It's going to be out of bounds. Now let's execute the out of bounds play here.
And Coach, you've talked about it. At times today, Chatard has really struggled just running the offense, just getting open looks out of the rhythm of the offense. Right now is a perfect way to kind of improve on that as we go through the season. Here's a straightaway 3, and just on cue, it is Ari Song.
And good execution. Both big guys got to the block, so they pinned down and got Song to be wide open.
And it's another shot on an assist, which is going to be huge for this team moving forward. As they're 4 minutes away from falling to 0-6 on the season. Here's Hamill. Hamill, who was the scoring monster with 13 points in the first half, well, he has just been dishing left and right. He only has 3 points since the break.
Yeah, he's a very willing passer. He played mostly 2 guard the last couple years. They had Ahmad Bellamy playing point at Kokomo, who is a lightning quick guard, point guard, and now he's playing more of the point guard spot, especially with the most being on the bench with foul trouble here, or injured, I should say.
Second chance. Gack missed the first, but he gets the second, and the offensive rebounding has been a big key to the Wildcats' success.
And I think that's going to be a positive for Coach Schaus. I think if he's going to take one bright spot out of this, is that they've really done a good job, looking for offensive rebounds and crashing against a pretty tall, Chatard team when they got their tall guys in there.
Kokomo, an open 3. It's a practice shot. And how about that? Added to the highlight reel, Corbin Hamill climbing the ladder, skying over 3 blue jerseys.
He really got up. I'll tell you, this team in warm-ups can really impress you on dunk shots. Graves for 3, hits it off a pass by Psalm.
Double-figure scoring for Julio Graves, his second triple. And a little bit later on, we will name the player of the game, brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing. I mean, Hamill certainly is going to have his name in the hat, and a play like that certainly might tip the scales.
Well, we've had some great moments in this game, but again, that first game, Brady Scholl was the player of the game with 40 points, and just wanted to mention him again because that was an outstanding accomplishment.
Here's a deep triple. That's off the mark. And as soon as we talk about how Hamill's passing up shots to get his teammates involved, he's taken a couple in a row, and he'll head to the bench now.
I think both those guys are probably done here with 3 minutes to go. Nash, both of them double-figure scorers today. Done a really good job. 16 points for DJ Nash. 18 for Hamill, off the top of my head.
And he just turned to Coach Schaus and said, I needed one more assist. Well, that explains it. He was going for a double-double. Here's Sam. He'll pass it out to Odom. Odom with a nice little runner. Gets his own miss.
You can't lack the Trojans for effort. It's just sometimes their basketball sense doesn't make a lot of sense. But boy, what a nice steal. And then again, when you see a guy come up and guard you, pick up the ball and look for a teammate.
Graves, air ball.
Tafflinger with a nice blockout rebound.
And now on the other end, going up strong, he'll be sent to the line twice. Jamel Cosley has had a strong game today in double figures.
Yeah, he got him off to a really good start. He had 4 points early in the game, then was kind of quiet. Jamal just kind of fits in there. This Kokomo team only loses 3 seniors from this team. One big one in Corbin Hamble. Cosley is a big one, and Tafflinger, what he provides off the bench and the leadership. They have 3 seniors on this team, but the future looks bright. I know they've got a really good 8th grade player that Coach Schaus showed me the other night. Was at a game watching, and he looks like he could be a pretty good player.
Well, now you see why Schaus left Avon to come here after a strong season in Hendricks County last year. This has always been a really good job,
yeah. Nathaniel. Kokomo job. You got great facilities, unbelievable support staff. Nice strong move there by McCormick. Like to see him get more touches in around the paint, and he's a really good passer too. Just hasn't had a lot of touches this second half. But no, this has always been a really good job.
Turnover there.
Had a lot of great teams, a lot of great history, a lot of great coaches here. From Joe Platt to Carl McNulty, Basil Mawby, just wonderful coaches. You mentioned Coach Peckinpah earlier in the broadcast. Mike Wade, who still works as an administrator here. Kokomo's has some great coaches.
And now they have a 25-point advantage. Well, we talked about Schaus, 4 years at Avon, won a sectional championship there. 2 years at Logansport. He's got 79 wins in his 7-year career. Here's the feed to McCormick. McCormick fakes everybody out and goes up strong. You want to see a lot more of that, but you want to see it in the first half.
Yeah. Did a good job finding him.
He only made one bucket in the first half, and that's only his 3rd overall.
Some of the tall timbers out there as Coach Schaus has brought in the second unit, the guys that work their rear ends all day in practice and play in the JV.
Loose ball picked up by Rashid of Chatard. Final minute here in this one, the second game of this great Phil Cox tournament.
See right there, bad choice by Salm. He tried to force up a shot. They guarded him there, or he got guarded. So instead of making an easy pass, he tried to force a pass into McCormick, and that's just playing more. His first year of varsity, like big-time varsity basketball, where he's a starter. Ari's just got to get that figured out.
14 points and 5 rebounds a game for Sam. He's led the team in every category and has been solid, but to your point, I think there's another level he can find.
Oh yeah, he's got a good ceiling also, high ceiling, I think. And again, you're down, you're trying to score, but that time, just a bad shot selection there and threw the ball away because he couldn't get a shot off.
The final possession here likely of the second game of our Phil Cox tournament. Rashid, why not? 10 seconds left. He lays it in. 9 points for him off the bench.
I tell you, he's done a nice job. Really has. I knew he played well the other day against Pendleton Heights, and done a great job.
Well, Kokomo moves on at home. The Phil Cox Memorial Tournament will play tomorrow, 11 a.m. against Northridge. We'll, of course, have that game here as we do all 12 of these on the 6th annual Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. Chatard will now play later tonight, 6 o'clock against Merrillville. And right after this, Lawrence North and Charleston will play. New Haven and South Bend Riley will play a little bit later on as well. Every game on the ISC Sports Network. And this one is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Been a fabric of Howard County in north central Indiana since 1907. Coca-Cola of Kokomo, proud to keep the Wildcats hydrated in both the classroom and on the court. And now it is time to name our player of the game, brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing.
Corbin Hamel, super game, 7 of 10 from the field, 18 points total, made all his 2-point shots, 8 dimes on the same way, 8 assists, and only 1 turnover in 29 minutes. I mean, they had some other good complimentary players there, but Corbin Hamel, I thought, really shined there.
silky smooth, was a huge leader for this team. He's going to be a reason why the Wildcats have a good season.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to go as far as their senior point guard takes them. And tonight this afternoon I should say, made great choices on offense, shared the ball well, didn't force any shots. I mean, when you're 7 for 10, that's a really good game from the point guard.
The big dog of the game is brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing. LD Smith is the big dog of sewers and drains.
Woof, woof.
At LD Smith Plumbing and Drains, we know a thing or two about getting dirty and keeping things flowing. Hats off to tonight's big dog for leading the charge, and that would be Corbin Hamill leading the Wildcats to victory. Your final score, 66-45. Kokomo with the win over Chatard. A new link, but still free on the ISC Sports Network as Game 3 of the Phil Cox Tournament continues after this with a great Pete Smith. 2 games, Coach. It was a pleasure calling those with you. I'm Nathaniel Finch. We sign off for now. Game 3 coming up at 2:30, Lawrence North and Charlestown. It's the ISC Sports Network.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly.